What is up, guys? Welcome back. So today I've been trying to film 2 videos because tomorrow I have to basically go to the union hall and sign up for my job and everything. So I won't be able to paint that day. So I'm going to try to paint 2 things today, record each one so that you guys can get a video without a break in the middle there. If not, I do have another video that I can upload to you guys, but I want to keep this painting thing going. So today, since we did Flak yesterday, I want to start on his pets. So we have the Spiderant, which is a Spiderant Centurion or Centurion. So basically this is his pet Spiderant. So we're gonna tackle this one today. Hopefully I can get this one done today too and have this up to you guys to watch tomorrow, which will be the Jabber. And then after that, of course, we will do his pet Skag. For some reason, this one doesn't have a backpack on it or anything. I would expect it to have a backpack or something on it to show that it is Flak's pet. But the only way you can really tell this is Flak's pet is because the other Skags are purple. So the ones that came with Skags at the gate are purple. So this is technically his pet, but you can also use this as a regular Skag in the main game. This is like almost the same. Almost, but this one has points on the back of it. Alright, let's jump into the video. So we are doing the Spiderant. So this one has like, it should be not that hard because it's literally very small. But of course, me being me, I like to get into the nooks and crannies and try to get everything looking really good. And with it being such a small model, you do want to try to do it justice because you don't want it just to look like a blob on the table. So let's jump into it. Okay, so I usually tell you guys to go to Borderlands fandom because that's the best place to really get a decent amount of pictures so that you can reference them while you're painting. But it's kind of hard to find a Spiderant Centurion, or Centur. You guys know what I mean. So it's kind of hard to find that. You can find spider ants, but even when you look up spider ants on the Borderlands fandom, it's still not enough good pictures. So I just googled it, and it came up with one with Flak right here, and it looks pretty good. Like, I think this is actually a pretty decent picture. So we're gonna need like a brown. We're gonna also need like a tan brown, almost actually a light earth. I'm really thinking that a light earth would do us justice here, because the shell of him is like a light tan. Now these usually have like speckled dots on them. I am going to add that on my model. It doesn't show it on here, but they usually have like the little dots on them. I want to do that on mine, so I am going to do that with a lighter color than this. So probably like a pale sand. So, of course, this model also has the like drill piece on the front, and we can obviously see it's a yellow mechanical pieces and then a metallic for the drill piece. So not too bad. So this shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna dry brush some light gray over him so I can make all of the details pop, and then we will start to paint. It's so funny, I gotta hold this one up hella high because it's such a short model. So this one looks like it's going to be actually quite easy. What we're gonna do is we're gonna, how like we did the Flak yesterday, there was a bunch of like nooks and crannies I had to get into, like his jacket, so I had to work from the inside out. We're gonna do the same thing here because there's a lot of nooks and crannies where the legs are and under the buttocks. So we're gonna want to work our way out, leaving the outer shell for last and this drill for last. So we need a kind of like a reddish gray. We're gonna need a brown, like some sort of brown. And I'm thinking maybe like a hall red, because it's kind of like a reddish brown. We don't want the brown to clash with the brown that we're putting on the ground, basically. So we're going to put hall red. in certain aspects. So that's in between certain joints. So that would be like in here and stuff like that. And then the inner shells, I'm going to do a reddish gray. That way, that's all done. Now the butt area is a yellow, but I'm going to say it's a pale yellow. So I'll try to see how I can work with a pale yellow on the back end. It also could, you know what, we might work with a sand yellow. Sand yellow might be better. So we'll use a sand yellow and highlight with a pale yellow. That's what we'll do. See, trial and error. So that's how painting is. You're always wondering how you're going to do things and how it goes. Now with the mechanical pieces, of course we're going to need some grays in there and some gunmetal. But we are also going to want to use a ochre yellow and then highlight that with a volcanic yellow, because that it has a good highlight. And of course with the outer shell, what we're going to do is we are going to use the light earth with a pale sand, because I think that would work pretty well. Okay, so we got some brown in there, the hall red, and then we also got some of the reddish gray on the inside there. We also did around the rings of these spikes, because it does in the picture show that's a grayish kind of color. And yeah, so now what we're going to do is we can move on to the tan color, which would be all of these areas. This is a very, very simple mini. Okay, so now we're getting at the stage where the model is looking like a toy turd. But it's okay, just trust the process. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on where the metallics would be. So we're going to look at this arm. So we're going to paint this a gray. But we don't want to go for the reddish gray. We want to just go for, this time, we're going to go for a natural gray. That way it stands out. You don't want to go too dark with a tenebrow, and you don't want to use basalt gray, because basalt gray might be too much of a tone for the reddish gray. I'm trying to give the look, because it might not be too bad. Natural gray might be too light. No, we're going to go for natural gray, because we are going to dust it with a metallic anyway. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit this spot up with a natural gray along with this. So you want to get the metallic parts a natural gray. Now with an ochre yellow, we are going to hit up the bearings on here, and then we are going to hit up the actual armor plates and shit that's on the drill itself. The drill, we just hit it with a light gray. It's okay. We are going to put a glaze on top of that, so everything will be a-okay. And as simple as that, we are ready to put our first glaze on, which is probably going to be the only glaze. We're going to put a Gravelord Gray speed paint all over the model, and then while that's drying, I'm going to put Rhinox hide around the ground around it and get that ready to be done. I stand by this Gravelord Gray, guys. Like, it is now popping. Look at all them details. So now all we have to do is highlight areas. We're gonna get we want to put the little dots on the head, so we do want to do that. We're going to use a pale sand for that, and then I will highlight certain areas with the same light earth on the actual shell itself, and then I will also hit light earth, dry brush it on the ground before we add the grass flocking. And then we're going to use a volcanic yellow to go over the yellow parts, and we're going to use metallic to go over the metallic parts. And then he'll be ready to go. All we have to do is put the flop on there and paint the rim black. I do black. You can paint your rim however you want. If you don't want to paint the rim, you don't have to. It's your hobby. So don't let anybody tell you it has to be a certain way. But I like to paint my rim black and then put the name of the character. In this situation, we're going to write Spiderant on there, which is a long list of letters. So hopefully this will turn out okay. But let's get to highlighting. Alright guys, so now with the highlights on there and the grass added with a little bit of highlight to the dirt, we can now paint the rim of the base and put the name on, and the model is done. And there it is guys, the final product of a Spiderant. I really like the way this turned out. I also wanted to make sure that there wasn't too much grass on there because I didn't want it to kill a lot of the details at the feet. But overall, this model was really quick and fun to paint up. And I can't wait to throw this into our bunkers and badasses. If this video helped you out in any way on painting your spider ants for bunkers and not bunkers and badasses, Jesus Christ, the Borderlands Mr. Torgue's Arena of Badassery by Monster Fight Club. If it helped you out in any way, remember to leave this video a huge like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if this video was just like some sort of background noise or entertainment for you while you painted your miniatures, be sure to leave it a like as well if you enjoyed it. I am going to try to knock out this jabber now so that I can get this video out to you tomorrow. But if I don't get it done, don't kill me guys. But I'm going to try to get this one done so that I have consistent uploads for you guys with the painting stuff. I didn't want that the Union Hall to get in the way of my life and my important things that I like to do. So yeah guys, so thank you guys for checking out this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.